Target acquired.
Eagle 1, first strike. You have permission to engage the target.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
All right, can you guys hear me now? Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Perfect. Testing, test. All right, guys. Sorry about that, man. I don't know what the heck happened, man. I had everything working pretty good, and then I did a software update and jacked fucking everything. Um, I've been dinking around with the electronics, man. It's been so bad all day. I had got a bunch of stuff going on with the internet and everything. I ran a cable, got a Cat 6 cable now running in, so no more Wi-Fi issues, no none of that stuff. My upload download speeds are running really good. Um, so what and basically what happened was is the like I said, I yeah, the update reset everything, and then for some reason it just jacked up completely everything. Um, yeah. Anyway, sorry guys, I got distracted. I got like 18,000 things going on. It's been, let me back up, guys. I know everybody's watching the debate. I want to watch the debate too. I considered kind of throwing it back over here, um, and doing a watch party kind of thing. And I still might. We'll see. But the uh, the interesting thing, guys, is that I've had a hell of an afternoon. So I got off the stream with Torsha. I went and picked up my kids. I came back. Everything was cool. The guy came by to help me run the cable for the internet. I got that all squared away. But when the guy was here, I noticed that my kid's bike was gone. Not his motorcycle was gone. And I'm like, what the fuck? Somebody stole my kid's bike, my motorcycle. So I had to call the cops. By the time the cops got here, we had the internet stuff taken care of. So that guy left. Cop gets here. I'm sitting there, standing there talking to him about, and I've got my title, I've got all my paperwork, I'm giving the VIN number, I'm getting all the stuff. And my son comes running out of the house and he says, "Oh, stop, stop, stop. Grandpa moved the bike to, we've got a lean to where we keep the equipment, right? It's just at the end of at the end of the airplane shed. You can't really see it. Like for some reason, my father-in-law took it upon himself to move the damn motorcycle from where I parked it to underneath the lean-to, the back of the shed, and didn't tell anybody. So I'm literally standing there making a police report to the cops when my son comes running out saying that it's not stolen at all. So welcome back, Michelle. I see you out there. Um, guys, I'm gonna share this stream. If I can. Let me see. I can do that. Just gonna add this. And then we can push that up. Put me like somewhere. Hey, you can't see me. That's okay. I don't know who I want to cover. All right, we'll just do it this way. All right, let me turn the volume up.
You get rid of the job losses during COVID and then the bounce back, the initial recovery.
That guy feels like exactly how I feel.
Making a point about jobs, it's when you need to address that.
Totally false.
It's not true. Just to reference the jobs.
Anybody who's watching this right now, you can look it up.
And I'm
yourselves.
watching this from Andrew's stream because he needs to.
Created were jobs that were lost during COVID through disastrous policies, which I'll agree some Republicans and Trump went along with, but certainly were championed more by the Democrats. They're now taking.
Oh yeah, my
credit
mic
for
is
jobs
probably
that
too
they
close. Here, let me
work.
turn that down.
Second, full-time jobs are down tremendously, and many of these are part-time jobs because due to the Harris-Biden economy, people have to work multiple part-time jobs now.
All right, can you guys? You can still hear me,
The
right?
net number of jobs from citizens of this country or people born in this country have declined precipitously. Most of those jobs are going to people that were foreign-born, and so that means most of those people would be.
We got them on the ropes, boys.
We
got them on the ropes.
Knowing this, you and all the people you know that are eligible to vote are actually.
This is good for these fuckers.
Still
It's
getting
good for them.
feedback. All right.
Real wages are going down.
How about that? Is that good?
Under the Harris-Biden administration. Now, to talk about some of the other things that were said.
All right, cool.
Specifically, when it comes to sort of housing, let me ask you this question, Fusco. The same people that promised they were going to buy us, they were going to buy millions and millions or thousands of thousands of electrical vehicle stations, and we're spending hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars doing that. How many did they end up building?
I'm not sure about that. I don't know how it's
Okay, another question. They also said
It's not the mic.
No, bro, you have to interrupt
And
the
they
panel
also
like this
said-
or you
Yep,
can't
sure.
speak. What the hell's wrong with you? Obviously, you've never been on a panel before.
Section late.
Yeah, it's the mic.
When those same people also promised that they were going to spend hundreds of
I
millions
have
of dollars for rural
too much
broadband.
speaker.
How many rural broadband people have been connected under that policy that spent hundreds of millions of dollars?
I don't know off my hand. I don't know.
The answer is zero. The answer
Yeah,
is
I
zero.
don't-
To that. So what
There's
Andrew?
a lot of appropriations. Are you denying the appropriations were put towards public ends and the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act, or that there were great investments made under the Inflation Reduction Act?
So is this Andrew
I think that's
and
the point
Rob
that
versus
here.
all of
The
these
point I'm trying
dudes?
to get to is it's easy to promise, oh, we're going to spend money that we're just going to create out of thin air to build a product that will benefit people.
Analysis. I mean, that would be a great way to defend like the policies of George Bush during right before the Great Recession, right?
Somebody help me out here. Is
more how the economy generally was doing, or what people
It's
think about
4v4?
it and look at
Okay.
the policies themselves and what the likely effects.
Yeah, I think going into the election,
As to the line,
is there any more time we can give you, Pisco?
the last point I'll make is
Last point, then we had Gibbs wanted to respond.
no thinking person thinks that Kamala Harris was in charge of the administration for the past 3 or 4 years. That's pure fantasy. If you read any of the reports of the insiders of who's operating things behind the scenes, or whether Joe Biden was in charge of the first few years, no
the
one
guy with the Biden Harris sticker
Yeah.
posters are moderating? That's
In there
funny.
too.
Gibbs, do you care if they take from you? You were next. It was your back.
Well, that guy's mic's too low.
Many of these issues, she was the last person in the room. And my statement is Harris is just like Biden is an empty suit that people behind the scenes will be running. The same people behind the scenes running the Biden economy or administration will be running hers. So the same people that will be in charge under Harris will be in charge there. The American people have rejected, and the data shows that economic data
Not
is
only
completely.
that,
You can say all you want, but that's
But people are going right now. Hang on, hang on, real quick.
All right,
I'll
I'll turn right over. But right now, people are experiencing high gas prices, high grocery prices, their day-to-day living, right? Expenses have shot through the roof, and you're moving into this election promising them, well, in the future it'll be better, when under Trump it already was better. So it's easy for people when they're moving into the voting booth in order for Republicans to point this out, and that's what people are talking about. That's what all the buzz is.
Yeah, I don't want to jump in, Gibbs, but we had two righties. Then I'll throw it back to you. I'm sorry, but there has to be a balance.
I just want to ask my conservative panel people, like, if everything you're saying right now, that Biden's presidency has just been this disaster for everybody, why isn't he up 10 points right now?
is
Give, you wanna respond to that?
He was dominating against Biden. Like, you know, and a part of what Kamal is going against Kamal now. Everybody's miserable, right? It's just not Biden. I mean, here's the thing. Republicans, a lot of like average people are looking at this the age-old expression. A bird in hand is better than two in the bush, right? They know what they got with Trump. They don't know what they're getting with Kamala. It's a whole lot of nothing. You know, we know y'all been lying to us the whole time. The jobs report, it was lying. You literally just lied on this panel and said only 5% of people have side jobs. It's according to Market Watch, as of April 16th, 54% of people have side gigs. That's a lot more than 5%, Papa. I'm sorry, go this line. Yeah, Market Watch. I can post it. I got it. Yeah, Market.
I think I know why. No, maybe not. Whatever. Why am I getting so much echo? Is it still echoing? Because I don't even have the volume up. I don't even have the volume up right now. Whoa. What the heck? What is this? Stream is muted and you can hear me. Okay. All right. So I turned the gain way down. All right. So that should be cool. Take a look here. All right. Turn that down.
Everything lingual from.
Yeah, of course.
Why is it that inflation grew
Bro.
across the world? Andrew, go ahead.
Bro, of course, American policies and American economics are going to affect inflation all over the world. I just did. I just answered it.
Much money, not enough good. They don't like your answer, so it's not going to count.
Yeah, no shit. No shit.
Andrew, can I just add
American policies?
Dude,
I just
stop.
want to get clarification.
Yeah. Can you let the mod speak for 10 seconds?
This ain't the whatever podcast. Why don't you answer with policy?
Okay, wait.
I'm sorry, is it your show?
I wanted to, Andrew, what do you think caused the inflation crisis globally? And then we'll go into
policies.
Yeah, so I would say that the Federal Reserve and the policies the Fed has, which has inflated the currency artificially, and the reason that they did this is because they needed to pump billions of dollars out into the economy for all these social relief programs.
I know why.
Has caused not only inflation in the United States, but has been extended to our neighbors as well. Especially anybody who you bro, you gonna let me finish?
Who signed the CARES Act?
Are you gonna let me finish? Hush. You gonna let me finish? Hush.
Who was that, BSR?
You gonna let me finish? Hush. Yeah,
still echoing.
I would say that was
all right, let me
one of
just,
the primary reasons. And if you say, well, wait,
Bro, stop talking so
Get
I
rid
can
of
finish
that.
my point. Remember how you were just bitching 5 seconds?
That's all
ago and I
good.
kept cutting you off even when I wasn't cutting you off? Yeah, remember? I wasn't cutting you off. Yeah, I did. I did say. I literally did, Pisco. Literally did. Why do you think you saw everybody nodding their head? They totally agree with me. So on top of this, Pisco, just so you know, yes, they pumped it in. Now, is Donald Trump responsible for some of this policy? Yes. I literally just said, bro. Again, calm down, Pisco. Yes, Fed policy led to massive inflation. Yes, Pisco, because the United States government was pumping billions of dollars artificially in order to take care of this relief act. Now, you can say,
I know everybody wants to watch this debate. I do too.
I
got the volume turned down. I'm gonna
partisan agenda.
Just kind of keep an eye on it.
All sorts of special interest.
I actually forgot it that the debate was tonight, or I would have probably canceled the stream. It's the way if you guys are watching it and you're watching it on here, it's a loop, man. Just it's cool. I'll check the Discord.
Lower gas prices, lower food prices, lower the inflation rates, or any of these. You just say, well, you're going to build 3 million new homes. Yay, Pisco. Can you answer any of the questions which have been asked to you?
When you say the Federal Reserve pumped it up, are you saying lowered interest rates?
No, Pisco. If you increase, I'm gonna explain, bro.
Yeah.
Then let me.
Yeah, I
explain.
don't think Discord has anything
increase the
to
money
do with the
supply,
echo
you
in and of
inflate the
itself.
money
I think
supply, right? Do you agree?
what happens is if you guys
Bro,
have
are you-
YouTube
answer
open
my
and you
question
then you hear it
first.
on and then
I
I'm
agree.
streaming it,
Right.
it's
So
just
if the United
you
States
can't
government
can't do
so
that.
if the
So
United
it's all
States
good, guys.
government
It's fine.
calls for billions of dollars
And
from the
for the
I was going to
Fed
talk
to
about a
print
bunch of different
billions,
stuff.
it's
but
going to
why is that?
increase the money supply.
thus increase inflation. This is
That's
basic.
what I
Pisco.
wanted to do.
Does the Federal Reserve make appropriations? Who makes appropriations?
All right, guys.
That
Not a
would
lot of
be,
people in here tonight.
Congress.
That's fine. We'll just kind of chill out, hang
They
out.
do
I'm
shit that
going
you're
to try and
pointing to. You're
watch
pointing
this
to an
this
act of
sweet
Congress, isn't it? Not Federal
debate
Reserve
as much
policy.
as I can.
So,
Obviously, I can't really follow it. I'll have to watch it again later. It'll be fine.
bro.
What I was trying to say earlier is a guy
Somebody
in
needs to be able to.
Lieutenant Dan,
Okay, the M2 money supply that went up 50% is from the Federal Reserve. That means
the guy
Federal
up in the
Reserve
corner, Lieutenant Dan,
increased
the guy
amount of
looks like
dollars in
Lieutenant
circulation
Dan.
by about 50% since like 2020. Is what you're really trying to tell me is not $1 of that creation was except what Congress told them.
He was
they
in
had to do
the other night. He was
Is that your argument?
debating
What I'm
with
saying is the Federal Reserve to increase the
Fabian
money supply
Liberty and a couple
typically
other
lower
guys,
interest
and
rates. That's how Fed policy works.
he's
When you
actually
talk
pretty
about,
easy to get
taking out loans, the government sells things called bonds.
riled up.
Lowering interest rates increases the money supply, Pisco. And if it increases the money supply, it creates inflation, Pisco.
fuck.
No, but
Yeah.
You
didn't-
fucking idiot. I just explained
Gay
this to you
Star,
5
man,
times,
if
you
you're gonna
fucking
come in
moron.
here,
You
dude,
sound
just
really
use
upset.
your
I'm
own
gonna tell
name
you.
and come in here like a
I
man.
literally
Don't
just
be a
explained
little
this to you.
You
wussy.
did not point to Federal Reserve
You're not
policy.
banned or
I
anything, you
literally just did,
dumbass.
Pisco.
You can come on in
You're
here.
banging
It's
on the
cool.
table because I
Pisco.
Oh,
Does that increase? Pisco. Does it increase the money supply? Does it increase the money supply when they lower the interest rate?
The Federal Reserve is a central bank.
You're not going to answer the question, right?
The Federal Reserve is a central bank. It is not the one.
Really? I didn't know that. Is it?
Yeah.
It's
sounds
a
like you're
central
having some
bank?
difficulty.
I didn't know
It
that,
sounds like
Pisco.
It sounds like you're having some difficulty, so I'm going to explain it to you. Okay.
Explain it. Use small words.
The Federal Reserve doesn't like make appropriations or take out loans.
Nobody said they did, Pisco.
Okay, the people who take out loans and
Nobody said they did.
The federal government, all right? So when the Congress writes a law, an appropriation by law, they will.
You know, I really don't
fund
get
it.
that guy, and I was
fund it
actually
to
going
the
to say
Treasury.
something
And if the
about that
Treasury wants to
tonight. You
borrow
know,
money, wants to borrow money, they will issue bonds.
Yes.
The Federal Reserve affects the money.
there
supply
seems to
of
be
the
a
States.
run
asking you,
lately
Federal
of
Reserve
people who,
policy was
for
causing
whatever
the
reason,
So I'm going to tell you again.
want
for the
to
15th time, if the Fed lowers the interest
just
rates,
create drama for no other reason than to
It's
create
Pisco, my
drama
turn.
because it's the only way they can
My
create
turn,
content.
Pisco, stop talking, Pisco. It's my turn, Pisco. Stop filibustering,
This
Pisco. Stop filibustering, Pisco.
This dude that
Pisco,
hassles
stop
Sarah
filibustering.
or whatever. I don't even think he's honestly,
You got 20 seconds?
got to be honest with you. I don't think that he's even that into Sarah. I think he just does it to get content. I think the same thing, you know, that like, I don't think why would he give a crap about Glenn Lawrence, who Glenn Lawrence is banging? Like, Glenn's nobody. I mean, I like Glenn and he's got a pretty good thing going with his stream and everything, but he's not an A-list celebrity. Why would you care about that? Right. Unless you just literally, what you're doing is you're going out to farm content. And this is a real problem, right? Like, and I've tried really hard, to be honest. Pardon me. I've tried really hard to not be aggravated or anything that with them. Anytime I should look like I'm angry, it's all an act. I don't really care. It's just like Ben Thorpe, right? Like Ben Thorpe, he'll probably be in here in a minute. You know, just to who is good people with Andrew? Oh, Glenn is. Yeah. So what happens is guys like Ben Thorpe, for example, Lindsey Smith, I'll get to it, man. I swear I'll clear this up. So Glenn, for example, I guess, I don't know, he had Sarah on his show or something, and that attracted the attention of this Gay Star guy, and probably the fact that, you know, Ben had a run-in with him, and I think that all of these guys kind of run together, and what it looks like they it looks like what they try to do is they try and get one of their members into your group, right? And because they're cool and they figure out all your secrets, right? Like they're or that you just kind of adopt into your group. And then they talk shit. Ben Thorpe, came at me the other day on CT's channel. Why? Why would he do that? That's dumb as fuck. First of all, why does he care what I say about him? He's an idiot. He's insignificant. In the grand scheme of things, he's literally doesn't matter at all. He doesn't matter to me at all. Period. As near as I can tell, he doesn't matter to anybody. He's completely unimportant. He doesn't create content. He doesn't create anything. All he does is stir up drama and put it on the internet to get clicks and keep people arguing and yelling and fighting, and these guys defending those guys and those guys defending those guys over there. It's all low class, low brow bullshit. We gotta be better than that, man. And this is just dumb. It is dumb, And I ain't gonna lie, man. I just don't like him. I don't need a reason not to like him. I just don't like him. So the best thing I can tell you is if they come in, mods, just handle it. Stop them as quick as you can. They're going to clip. They're going to do all this shit. They're just a bunch of dumbasses. And I really don't have any time for them. And I don't want them. And we're not going to make any more time for them. I'm not going to. What would I debate Ben Thorpe about? Like, he's an idiot. I mean, like, what are we going to debate about business practices? We're going to debate about not smacking our wives around. I think I'd win that one. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe raising kids. So they're clipping you right now. Yeah, of course they are. Why would they not? And that's cool, man. It's cool. If that's the best you can do, you suck at life. I'm just telling you. Best you can do. Of all the things I've ever been glad about in my life, something I never knew I would be this happy about is that I do not need to beg like a trollop on the street for you to send me money. I don't need to pull some dumbass stunt or pick a fight with somebody or create drama with somebody to get you to send me money. I just don't. It's an interesting thing how insignificant people are when you really think about it. What do I care about Ben Thorpe or Grace Thorpe or Gay Star or Arctic Felt or Puppy, whatever the fuck his name is? What the fuck do I care? They have sad little lives. Sad. Not married. Having to con people for money. It's got to suck. I feel bad for them. That's got to be. Can you imagine how bad it must suck to get up every morning and try and figure out what kind of controversy and drama that you're going to start today to bilk a few $100 out of people all across the world, I guess. You realize how seriously low tier just I literally put the guy who offers to sweep the floor in the butcher bin or where they slaughter cows in the slaughterhouse. The guy who sweeps slaughterhouse floor has a better job than these lowlifes. The best you can come at with me, the best you can come at me with is that I'm fat. Okay, I am 30 pounds overweight. I'll freely admit it. But you know what? I can lose weight, but you ain't gonna do anything about being stupid. You just not by now. If you hadn't done something about it by now, you ain't fixing it tomorrow. That's for sure. No, sir. I am losing weight. Actually, I'm not really losing weight right now. I'm losing fat. I'm not actually gaining weight back because I'm replacing the muscle I lost in my legs while I was injured. Why the stream? Well, so I had this whole be better thing because there seems to be a lack of backbone, grit. You know, there seems to be a lack of a lot of things that people need. Skill, actual skill, not, making shit up. Most people can lie. Most people can lie really well, actually. I actually lack that particular skill. I do not lie very well. My wife will tell you that I'm a horrible liar because honestly, I never had much practice. I'd rather just be honest and tell you the truth about how bad you suck than to kiss your ass and tell you how great you are. Because I prefer the truth. The truth I don't have to remember. The truth is what it is. I don't have to keep anything straight. I don't have a string of lies to remember that I told somebody or that, that they told me or to tell someone else. It's just easier to me. And just be honest. The Thorpes are low class. Fuck those guys. I don't ever. If I never saw them again, it'd be great. If they keep sniffing around like the rabid, nasty, feral dogs that they are, well, I guess they get table scraps. Maybe, they can fight the other feral dogs for the content. If they hey, look, man, if they can eke out a meager living, fucking off, being dumbasses, then, whatever. Whatever. Low life, scum sucking, sad sacks of Siberian snake shit. I can't get much lower than that. Oh, look, we've got Ganstar back. Hey, buddy, why don't you take off the fucking dress and act like a man? I didn't say I have low standards. I've never said I had low standards. I've never simped for anyone. This is an interesting thing because I don't simp for anybody. I don't even simp for my wife. The argument can be made that I spoil my wife. I don't simp for my wife. You guys still have to come here to talk to me, and I ain't going there to talk to you because you're a bunch of lame ass motherfuckers. Fucking bunch of dumbasses. Taste of victory. Be better. Motherfuckers, be better. Because you already suck. And I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. We've all sucked at some point. Am I right? I feel like I'm right. I've sucked. I mean, you know, there's a point in my life where I didn't have. If I had $10 in my pocket, man, I felt like I was wealthy. You know, but I don't think I ever stooped to the level of these trash pandas at all. Well, how literally shitty must your life be? How shitty must your life truly be that you actually take the time out of your day to try and trigger someone who's making fucking fun of you? Oh my God. That's gotta suck, man. How bad is it? Have your balls dropped? Do you need a tissue? I feel like that. I feel like that I could never know how bad it would be to suck so bad that I go out of my damn way to try and drum up drama with some dude on the fucking internet that has a better life than you. You know, Kevin, honestly, I think they're adults. I mean, I think they're legally of age. They're legally of age. However, I believe that they're mentally toddlers. And I'm sure that the villages that are missing their idiots would like them all back. However, those idiots have banded together in what resembles the Justice League, but is really actually the sad Panda League. Let's see, my hot wife. How about you just fuck off? And I'll go fuck my wife. How about that? Yeah, I mean, why the fuck would I show anybody my hot ass wife? Obviously, she's fucking hot because, you know, I got 2 kids. And I got a smile on my face. Bunch of fucking weirdo faggoty. Whoa, that was close. Bunch of weirdos. Come on, bring it on back, trolls. Come on now, you can do better. You can do better than that. Come on. I am going to literally burn your asses like hemorrhoids never could. Cause you suck. You suck at life. How poor are you fuckers anyway? I'm just curious. Because you got to be pretty fucking poor to be begging for crumbs on the internet. Now, actually, you know, I do beg for crumbs on the internet. And I freely admit that I am doing a lot of this to build an audience, to be able to get paid to do this because my time is valuable and I have other things to do. And at some point, this has to make more than a couple of $100. And it will, you know, it will. People will value the material that I put forth and they will send me whatever they feel like sending me. And I will be happy with that. But the one thing I won't do is go around starting drama just to try and farm drama. An iPhone? You think he's got an iPhone? Really? Well, like an iPhone 6 maybe? iPhone 6 is like the newest one that can be on 5G, right? I'm not an iPhone guy. I'm an Android guy. So yeah. But honestly, clipping with an iPhone is pretty fucking low tier. What's up, James Life's Talk? The world has come to dumbasses. We are talking dumbasses tonight. I've seen many dumbasses in my life. I was watching some earlier tonight talk shit about tuning cars and shit, which was yeah. So that's fucking funny as shit. I love it when people who don't know shit argue with other people who don't know shit, and it is just fucking hilarious. Will Android, we have to do Android, guys, because when Google takes over the world, you don't want them to think you were disloyal by, you know, having that iPhone around. Yeah, that's right. The idiots abound. Come along, idiots. Come along. I'm the idiot whisperer. Come along, idiots. It's like the Pied fucking Piper. But you can't play my skin flute. Only my wife does. It is awesome, right? Two stupid fools. It's very funny because especially in the world of at least tuning cars, there's a lot of different ways to get to the same destination. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're never going to get there. It's just not going to happen. And so it's really cool when people call each other out for things that they perceive as being mistakes and aren't actually mistakes. And I sit back and be like, I love dumbass motherfuckers. Funniest thing, they will film it with their cell phone because they don't know how to screen record and they still think they got one up on you. Yeah. Oh, they can't afford the software, bro. These are poor fuckers. I've come to understand that I don't care how much money they think they have, they're still fucking poor. Because I tell you what, they aren't rolling around, and I don't regularly say shit like this, but they aren't rolling around like real people. You know, like I happen to know Kevin personally in real life. That dude's got some shit. He spends his money wisely. Kevin is a smart man. People would do well to be like Kevin and talk shit on the internet when talk shit too. Don't go looking for it. Matter of fact, you don't have to go looking for it. Proof of that, these dumbasses just keep coming out here. The interesting thing is that people forget that planes exist and I can afford a plane ticket. A lot of plane tickets. And I have a plane. Or several. Where do they go? I'm running. I mean, I gotta have material, guys. Come on back. I gotta roast you, bro. The best you can do is, if literally the best you can do is come at me about me, my weight, or the fact that I might. Well, gosh, I could shave. Yeah, I got a little scruff going on. Not too bad. And I may or may not be balding. No, I'm actually not balding. I have hair. I will come visit. You afford dinner? I'll buy you dinner. How about that? Very interesting stuff. Where'd they go? Oh, they gave up. They gave up. Guys, it was weak. What's up, Jess White? How are you? You missed out. I was having fun, and it was not exciting. However, it was. Kind of. You know, actually, I think I did show some people a picture of my wife just a week or so ago. They may or may not be in the chat. They may or may not be able to vouch for the attractiveness of my wife. You didn't miss anything. It's not drama. It's not actual drama. It's fake drama. What's up, Craig M? I'm glad to see you over here, man. How are you, buddy? How are you? Oh, there we go. What's up? Is that you, Sarah? Give up too easy, Sarah. The worst possible thing in the world is for me to be fucking bored, because I will roast you. Oh, did they? Oh, man. I think they deleted it. I think they deleted it because because somebody was Kevin. This is for Kevin. Rest of you guys aren't gonna know what I'm talking about. It looked like somebody was going through at probably like page owner level and deleting post out of that thread. I don't know what they wanted to do, but it was still cool. It was just a bunch of, stupid people talking about stupid shit. Bay Street Racer, that's actually not the case. It's not that they're following Sarah. They just they're purposefully going around trying to start shit on channels. I've tracked them pretty carefully, and their MO is to pick on a channel and start shit, and then they clip it, or they make get you to make stupid comments and shit, and they make videos of it, and that's how they create their content. And so I've got some really interesting screenshots from the other night where they were trying to put someone up to basically calling out Andrew for a debate in like a really negative way, calling out Brian for some bullshit, I don't know. And it was all literally just trying to get someone to create drama for themselves. How do you make them unfollow? I don't know. They're about to get they don't seem to be coming around me right now. They seem to have slacked off. They're probably trying to do stupid shit, but that's all right. I can do stupider shit. So. I'm really bored. I'm a little aggravated. So it's too bad those guys gave up so easy. Or they ran through all their burner accounts. Poor bastards. Yeah, let me have a little bit more fun next time. Seriously, how retarded do you have to be? How mentally challenged do you have to be to go around trying to start drama? Float plane chat has been very entertaining. Yeah, I don't know about float planes. I'm sure somebody alerted her, Patriot. Yeah, so seriously, how pathetic do you have to be to go around creating drama? So that they can suddenly, have a I don't know. Well, so tonight I'm really bored, and I'm to be honest with you, I've had some interesting stuff go on, and I'm able to basically take I'm basically able to. I've got a little bit of extra feistiness in me, so why not? The slobber drains from your mouth. That's when you find the ability to start shit when none needs started. Yeah. Here's the thing. I was actually trying to pay attention to the debate. And unfortunately they interrupted me. So Actually, I'm kind of waiting for the other debate to finish, and then I'll keep going. Hey, look, it's that weird dude that thinks he's a wolf. What's up, dude? Why do I care who Sarah slept with? Is this like juvenile delinquent humor? Is this the best you got, bro? Come at me. What you got? You have to do better. Let's go. Come on, Arctic Wolf. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Come on. That's all you got? I am having all the fun. Seriously? That's all he had? Why would I care about who a grown-ass woman sleeps with? Did somebody zap him? I was having fun. What's up, Viking Paradigm? It's Roast the Trolls night here at Old Home Journal. This isn't even a good workout, man. My 14-year-old do better than that. He has to, because he lives with me. See, I think Glenn, these guys are going around doing this. They're trying to start shit they're trying to get channels to argue and fight amongst each other so that they can create content. They're trying to get, like Ben Thorpe bullshit. They're trying to work with Ben Thorpe. I saw Gay Star out there tonight talking about how Torsia should collaborate with Thorpe's and all that kind of shit. Look, these are just low tier, dumbass, weak ass sons of bitches. Seriously, this is weak, man. This is the weakest trolling I've ever had. If you're going to come at me, come hard. Call me a pussy ass rich bastard that doesn't know how to even tie his own shoes anymore because he pays somebody to do it. That's getting close. Fuck, I don't know. Tell me, I got one for you. If you're gonna roast me, come at me like, motherfucker has to have a plane, because he doesn't even want to walk anywhere. He's too fucking lazy. Some shit like that. I don't know, man. There's got to be some better roasts out there. I bet my chat can roast me better than these weak fools. They haven't even said anything. Did somebody time them out? You come for the ground, you best not miss. That's right. These motherfuckers can't even get the damn room, Kevin. That is a good troll, right? Hang on, I'll fix that shit. Stand by. Stand by. There you go. That suits you, brother? Come on, guys. Come on. Get in here. Get in the fight. You guys hadn't had a fight since you tried to get that hamburger out of a paper sack last night. They gave you the best fight of your life. Come on now. Little bitches. Come on. Yeah, no infighting. This is boring. You guys, this is the worst trolling I've ever had in my life. I get trolled better at the lake. That's okay, Will. We all have our things. Arctic Wolf, the only person that's jealous here is you. You jealous of the size of Glenn's massive Alley-whacker. You know you are. You know you are. Come on now. Low standards. You ain't got no standards. you the only standards you got are the ones that came printed on your kindergarten notebook, pal. What's up with that, man? Come on now. You got to do better than that. Come on. This is weak. You guys are weak. Do better. This is the weakest shit I ever seen in my damn life. Oh, that's a real one? Oh, where's this at? I don't know where this is at. Oh, list of I got you. Pardon me. Oh, I got background music. I got you. Got you. We gonna make it happen, Captain. Stand by. You know it's coming.
Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to refine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page.
Oh, look at all these guys. The best you can do is try and pick on Sarah.
Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and unbelievers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than
none of you guys are
stuck on.
You guys
Finally, you will be free to live a life you love to lead instead of a life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you're the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from
you guys
others.
want to go? You guys have really got your jimmy. Russell.
Repeat after me. I don't give a fuck.
Man, I'm not single, living in a shoebox, but you know,
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
You guys cannot start. You guys love it all? Is this the problem? You have PSG?
I don't give a fuck. 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 I don't give a fuck.
How's that?
It's time to start doing the right thing. So trust your instincts, stop listening to others, and own your decisions.
Oh, I can turn the music
Will
down.
always tell you what to do.
How's this? Is that good levels? Yeah, chat, you guys can get involved in trolling the trolls too. The best you can come up with is that I'm fat. Really? I'm literally 30 pounds overweight, you stupid sons of bitches. I mean, how bad is that? You know what though? I can admit that. I can admit that. Y'all motherfuckers dumb as fuck. Can you admit you got a 80 IQ? Can you? Can you admit that you got an 80 IQ?
I don't give a fuck.
I don't think you want to. I don't think you really want to fuck with you guys. You guys have lost. I mean, I've been handing out L's since I got on here, and I got my. Let's see. I got a song here called "Rage Quit." I wrote it just for you, motherfuckers. All right, where's it at?
Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to
Rage quit. There you go. Because all you motherfuckers about to be gone. The best you guys can do is that some shit you make up in your head. This is the worst case of mental cases I've ever seen in my life. You guys need to get to the hospital quickly to see if you got any brain cells remaining. I mean, I have seen some dumb motherfuckers in my life. I even worked with a few once in a while. I'm telling you, these guys are obsessed with Glenn Lawrence. Yeah. If I was Glenn Lawrence, I would be putting that shit on pay-per-view. He'd make $1 million off these dudes because they can't get Glenn Lawrence. What is wrong with you guys? How bad is it that you can't get enough of this young man's dick? What's wrong with you? What's wrong, man? I'm just telling you guys that you are weak. This is the weak roast I've ever had in my life. You guys suck. You guys not only suck at roasting, you suck at life. I think my dog can do a better job of roasting because I'm loud, motherfucker. Because I'm loud, motherfucker. This is a weakness. You can hear me? Can you hear me now? Oh, that's too I heard. Is that good? I'll turn my music down, guys. Is this good? We good? This isn't even a roast party. This is just me making fun of some dumbasses. I think it's just one dumbass, honestly, with like 8 burner accounts. Are we going to play that one again? Can you hear me now? I can hear me now. Damn it. Why is this level so low? Oh, wait. Yo, can you hear me now? Oh, did I not loop that? Very clear. Awesome. That was the music, guys. You liking the music? Where's my victims at? Where's my victims at, man? I want to bust them. I want to bust them up. Where they at? Disappointing. Disappointing, guys. This is honestly the weakest shit I ever seen. Now, dude, I was way better. Dude, we got roasted hardcore in high school, bro. Like, not even kidding, man. Like, high school was like badass for me. Like, we were mean. These guys are nothing. These guys are like chumps, man. Chumps. Chumps. Literally, like every now and again, just when I think it can't get any more dumb. They proved me wrong. They proved me wrong. All right, guys, let's get you a new tune on here. So I'm going to play DJ Chief Roaster tonight. Throw in some. All right, this is what we got here. It's a one by Glenn Lawrence. Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened here? That was weird. I have no idea. I think it's a feedback loop set up by my mixer here. I updated the software in my mixer today, and it's been fucked up ever since, man. My mic was messed up. Everything was messed up. We got music now, or I need to turn that up? We got music now, or I need to turn that up? There we go. That sounds good. There we go. That sounds good.
Truth explodes like shrapnel in this verbal fire slide. Journalist and rock that duel like warriors in the crime. Captured in the crossfire, trapped in the wheels of time.
It's very strange. I mean, if the guys have left, if we're not going to have any more fun with those dudes, yeah, we'll get some people up, man. It's cool.
Faster to the finish line, no looking back. Drag race revelation, high on adrenaline's crack. Heartbeats pounding louder than 1,000-engine scream. One-on-one exclusive like a twisted fever dream. Each answer worth, don't looking back. Drag race revelation, on adrenaline's crack. Heartbeats pounding louder than 1,000-engine scream. One-on-one exclusive like a twisted fever dream. Fever dream.
All right, guys. Yeah, let's have some people up. Those guys are gone. They're not coming back. They ain't coming back, man. The best they can do is just say some fucked up shit about Sarah, which is just stupid. I mean, why would you just do why would you do that, man? That just seems stupid to me. You know? Like it's one of those things that I just can't get there. Can't get there from here. Oh yeah, they need the link from me. All right, stand by 1 second, guys. The screen might flicker. I'm gonna reset my mixer again and some other stuff. So just stand by. Well, no, I think we Coming back here. What in the world? Yeah, it's true, Viking. They'll do that, but that's okay. Let me give the give this to the mods. Oh, really? Interesting. All right, guys, there we go. We got some stuff. Got the link out. Beaten Cheeks can come on. Yeah, Obscene Prophet Dead Air. Yeah, that'd be great. Beaten Cheeks, if you want to come up, man, come on up, buddy. I know you're still hanging out there. Man, it looks like they're having fun over on that debate. Word, Michael Metroke 4. Word. Yeah, I can be very still. Word. That's funny. Give me one sec, guys. My screen flickers. It's just everything resetting really quick. All right, look at that. There we go. All right, look at that. There we go. That may have changed the. Guys, if that link doesn't work, let me know. I'll throw you an updated one. But it should. that was kind of fun, but you know, it was kind of fun, but at the same time, it was just kind of boring. You know, those morons just weren't with it tonight. They just weren't with it. Pardon me. Yeah. That's good, Will. I like that. They packed up their guns and hobbled home. Well, the thing is that there's only two things they could possibly come at me for, and that is, no, I'm overweight slightly. To me, a lot, but I know a lot of people, you know, would probably disagree with that, but that's okay. And then on the other side of this, they're there's the spaceship in and of itself. Look at that thing.
Yes, sir.
Look at that thing, man. That's awesome.
It was funny. My son just was trying to poke his head in there, even though he knows he's not supposed to be in here.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I've got a light outside. So green light if you can come in, yellow light if you got to be quiet, and then red light if you can't come in at all. It's on red light right now, but he decided to come in, so he just broke the rule. And he's like sneaking away.
Yeah, that happens, man.
Kids.
Yeah, really. Pardon me. How have you been, man? You moved?
No, I've not moved. I've just been working. I've been helping Donovan get his internet right.
Gotcha.
His YouTube channel and stuff like that. So we finished that last week, and he's been seeing good results since then. What I'm working on right now is I'm not an author, but I'm trying to become an author, so I'm trying to figure out how to do authorship correctly, and I'm working on the starting premise of the book that I'm going to be doing for Thor. So
cool. That's good, man.
Right now, I've never used Streamlabs version of this stuff, so I'm actually trying to poke through this and figure out how to get the chat to come up and everything.
Yeah. It's over on the far right side, just says chat.
Yeah, I clicked on it, but it's not in there. There we go.
What did I think about the debate last night with Jim Bob and Jim Bob and the pardon me. Well, I thought Rob did a great job. And actually I knew it was and I was in his stream earlier where he was talking about how hard it was going to be for him to be able to win it, and he was right. I mean, the hardest thing to get past is the force doctrine, right? And that's where they got held up. That's where they spent the majority of their time. And I feel like if I had been Rob, I would have just conceded that and said, "Okay, look, yes, we're going to go round and round about this. If you will concede that a female with a gun is capable, or rather, what did he used a specific word which I thought was really good. It wasn't able to. It was man, what was the word? Anyway, it wasn't like that they had to be superior with it. They just had to be useful, or be able to be comfortable with it. So I really like that Rob was able to make a good argument. Now, of course, he lost, and I knew he was going to lose because you can't get past force doctrine. Even if he had, he would have had to have gone. He needed to get to his other 2 points and really hammer those home. I think that Jim Bob knew that, and that's why he hung up on force doctrine for so long. I thought it was amazing, honestly, that the debate itself was amazing. It was really good. It was very reasoned. And I think that I think I knew. Well, I think we all knew that Jim Bob was going to win. I didn't expect him to get hung up on force doctrine. So at the end of the day, I feel like that if Rob had been able to spend more time on his other 2 arguments, he might have done better. But he was always going to lose that debate. There really isn't a good argument for it. And we all knew it. I mean, come on, we knew that he was going to lose, and just is. He knew he was going to lose. He said it was going to be very hard to win, and he was right. Viking, any? Did you see it? Did you watch the debate?
No, I didn't. I'm out of the loop on this. So
I was on the 19th Amendment. Should women be able to vote?
okay.
And basically, Jim Bob made an excellent argument that by ceding his vote, a man is reallocating his force doctrine. Right? Like normally you would have that you would use force, right? But or you would use violence to protect yourself, but by giving that to by turning that into a vote, then that's the reallocation of that force doctrine into a vote. So, and I think that's right. I mean, I think that's exactly what it does. I don't think you can get past it. I think that's one of the points that nobody ever wants to really bring up, because once it's brought into the argument, there is no more argument. You just can't get past it. Men will always have the advantage in force doctrine. They are force doctrine, and you can't get past it. And obviously, Rob was arguing that a woman with a weapon was equal to a man. The problem with this argument, it kind of falls apart pretty quickly because men can also have weapons. So even though it's a force equalizer, not real. I mean, it is.
As you know, as a professional, sport shooter, right? That men are typically faster. We've got better muscle, hand-eye reflex, nervous system. We're twitch defense.
It actually comes down to more than that. It really comes down to that men will use violence and women are less likely to use violence in a meaningful way. Now, women will hurt you faster, and that's proven, right? Like 9 times out of 10, if a man and a woman get into a fight, it's the woman that hits the guy first. If women get in a fight, it's the more aggressive woman that's going to hit first. Right?
It's just usually the more emotional person. So on a balance of probabilities, whoever's emotional is going to be usually the most likely one to hit. On a balance of probabilities, women are more emotional than men. That's just it follows to reason.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like when it comes to like the 19th, right, whether or not women should vote, like for me, it's kind of weird because I know the history of how that whole came about, and a lot of people don't understand. Like, this is a democratic republic. We weren't meant to be a democracy. Democracy is nothing more than fancy mob rule. And so it was supposed to be that only people that owned property and had real skin in the game could vote. So only not every man could vote, not every woman could vote. People neglect that little piece of history that men just got the right to vote a few years before women did.
Technically, we're a representative republic. We're not a democratic republic. We're a representative republic. And how you get your representatives. Yeah, how you
in terms of
get your representatives.
voting rights and like only people that had land ownership, because women could vote. See, that's another thing is that women could vote. Yeah, they could, but they had to be landowners. But because of how women can't handle a lot of this stuff like men can, it was more likely that the only way that women would have property is through marriage.
Women could vote in local elections, but because of the federal election, it was because it's a republic. Because it was a republic, it was. They limited voting, and actually, it wasn't so much that they limited the voting because they were but because they were women, and that came later. The real limitation, if you will, came because there were poll taxes and there were qualifications, and you had to meet all of those qualifications. Being a man wasn't specifically one of them. It's just that oftentimes it was one vote per household. So, because if a man had 12 sons, they didn't all get a vote because they didn't all own land and all of that. There's basically one vote per household. Voting's been a very complex thing that we try and oversimplify. But at the end of the day, the idea of voting is always that you are ceding your violence in place of a vote. So you don't have to fight over this piece of land. You don't have to argue and have some issue with somebody to be able to pull out ahead.
Yeah, it's intended as a peaceful compromise.
Seriously, Shelby donated $20.
Like I said, for me, that's the thing. Is like,
hope
guys,
everyone is having a wonderful night. Nice job,
Pandora's
Monster
box
Night.
is open.
W Viking for joining panel. Put
I'm the learn plus adapt
URL in
equals win
chat.
guy, right? So I'm going like, okay, well, should it be this way? Probably not. Is it this way? Yes. So what the fuck am I going to do about it? Right. See, that's I'm a problem solver. So when people are like talking about the problems, I'm just like, well, what am I going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Are we just going to sit here and mentally masturbate about this shit? Or are we going to actually figure out a reasonable plan of action that we can do and control? And that's what I do. That's why I raise my kid the way that I do. That's why I help the people that I help. Right. And that's why I ignore all the motherfuckers hating on me just for existing. Right. It's just like the very fact that I exist and I defy all the odds, because it's like, yeah, I had all the natural talent in the world, but I thought I was just a normal guy. I didn't want to, accept all my gifts. Right. And so I thought I just should be normal. I can't be too special. I don't want to make everybody look bad. So I nerfed myself because I thought it was the right thing to do. Right. And I acted more humble than I should have. What it did get me, I ended up with fucking broke and homeless. Because I'm helping everybody and nobody's helping me because I'm helping all the wrong people, right?
Yeah.
And giving too much. It's like, oh, so I have to be a little bit selfish and a little bit smarter if I actually want to be able to help people. So what did I do? I cut out all the people that weren't helping me and only keep the people that give and take, right? If somebody's just take, you see people like this all the time. They're going to constantly ask you for shit. They're going to constantly want you to do shit, and they're never going to fucking give back. And you know it. And once you know that, you need to stop giving to those people until they start giving you something. Because all relationships are transactional on a fundamental level, as harsh as it is to put it that way. If you're a bad person, you're just going to take all the time and not give anybody anything. We know that's bad. That's why we have a word for it: selfishness, greed.
Yeah. I think that I wish you had seen Rob's and Jim Bob's debate last night. It was amazing. It was legitimately the three best debaters on one stage. I mean, like literally on the same stage. And I thought it was awesome that Andrew critiqued their debate, and the way he critiqued it was awesome.
Yeah, he's very articulate.
Yeah, and it really worked out. It was really cool, and overall, I enjoyed the debate. I thought it was really great, and I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait to to see the debate again. Because I'll have to watch it again. I couldn't watch the whole thing all at one time last night. Just like I can't watch the one tonight all at one time tonight because I was doing this. And I had a rough night getting started tonight, man. So I mean, sure you will sympathize with me in that I've been having because the Streamlabs uses it requires a little more data than StreamYard because it has more features. It just does more stuff.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, I think the video is better. I think the 4K quality is higher, and I think the sound quality is better than StreamYard. I don't know that. It just seems that way. But it does take it. I've never had Wi-Fi problems at all, except when I use Streamlabs sometimes. And I originally thought, and I think you and I talked about, you were in the chat and I was talking about it, and you were talking about packet loss and all of that. And I started looking at some of the logs, and I was getting some packet loss, some degradation. So I ran a Cat 6 cable out today. In the middle of that, I had an update to Windows itself. I had an update for my mixer, and I had an update for something else, and nothing everything was perfect at 3:00 today when I left, and I did a stream with Torsha. Everything was perfect. Everything was rocking along. Everything was great. I come back, I sit down. I'm like, oh, I got to do an update. A couple of clicks later, and nothing worked. And I mean nothing. I had to go back all the way back, deep dive into the actual. My computer has a mixer built into it for the virtual outputs.
Yeah.
I had to go reset all of those, reassign all of the apps to the various channels on that mixer, and then make it work with the external mixer, which didn't understand anything anymore because it had updated. So it's just, I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about here.
Usually the way you got to get around that is, do if they have the feature that lets you do a profile save anytime. You never want to do an update right before a broadcast because this always happens. It's fucking ridiculous. It doesn't matter.
I didn't have a mic for like 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, man.
Even if it's like, say, the software that I use to filter out the background noise, because I literally got an air conditioner back here right now, but you can't hear it because I got AI filtering it. I have an app for that. If I even update that app and that app breaks, that breaks my whole sound audio, or will turn it off in the settings, and I got to go through the mixer, the computer, disable Windows exclusive control again, all that stuff, and you double check everything, and then sometimes you just got to turn it off and back on again, even if you're already streaming.
Well, the other thing I do is I run Streamlabs on Windows I've got a 40-inch monitor in front of me. On my laptop, which is what I actually run the show off of, I'm running YouTube on Chrome. So I've got like 4 different things going on, man. It's all nuts. And so
I don't I could make a recommendation that may help. Instead of using Chrome, I use Brave. Brave doesn't have all the extra stuff that could be accessing the internet that could save you a bit on the bandwidth.
Well, it's perfect now with the cable. With the Cat 6 cable.
So you got it stabilized now. Yeah, because like I said, that buffer bloat thing, it can happen just because, like, say you're doing the live stream and then say your family's on Netflix or something like that.
I think what
just that alone, I
think that's what was happening. It was always during the daytime, and I think what was happening is that my father-in-law was watching TV on the Wi-Fi TV upstairs. So it was just pulling just enough of the Wi-Fi signal that it was slowing me down just enough to kick me up. And it wasn't even really kicking me off the stream. It would just slow it down a lot. So, oh, look, it's Dave's in the chat. What's up, Dave? A lot of guys I hadn't seen in a while coming around. It's been interesting. There for a while, I had the regular customers that go to all of the streams coming in, and then we had that whole thing with Based Oracle and some of the other drama that went on, and then everybody's kind of scattered and gone. Oh, I'm not going over there, and then whatever. What I got nothing against anybody. The only reason I don't really want Based Oracle to come over is because he brings drama with him. I just don't want to have any of that nonsense. And you may have caught the tail end of the roast tonight, but those we've got some guys who are low end content creators that I actually was in a chat. They didn't know I was on the stream in the chat, and they were talking about how they would purposefully create feuds between channels and content creators to drama farm.
Yeah.
And they were looking for ways of doing that. And I'm like, you guys suck. And so I figured, and it's basically the same 4 or 5 people all the time. So if I see them in my chat, normally I think most people would kick them, but I make fun of them. And I call them all kinds of silly names. And if they're going to act like they're in kindergarten, I'm going to treat them like they're in kindergarten, only adult kindergarten.
Yeah. Well, we dealing with Fresh and Fit, working with Donovan, these other guys in the space, and even just being in Discord. Even back when I was in a Call of Duty clan playing Call of Duty, I'd always have people coming at me, hating on me because they're like, oh, you're mad, right? And they'll just say it over and over again to try to get you mad, right? And it's just like, yeah, you're a troll. And they always go away when you don't give them oxygen. They tire themselves out. It's like the little brother, you're just holding his head and he's like fighting and he finally tires him out on the windmill and then he just like lay on the floor panting. It's the same thing, just the internet version of it. It's like and even if they like do some shady shit, it's just like, okay, go ahead. It's just like the people that do this stuff, you have to understand the very fact that they're engaged in this behavior demonstrates beyond a shadow of a doubt that they've got nothing better going on in their lives. Even if they are wealthy and this is what they do in their free time, it shows how weak their mindset is automatically, right? And I'm not Mr. T. I don't pity the fools. I think it's funny, right? I'm just like, your actions literally demonstrate that what you're coming at me with means nothing.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that I mean, the worst thing they could say about me is that I was fat. Okay.
Same. Still a little fat. I'm working on that still.
I am.
Steady wins the race.
I'm actually not actually. I was. It's funny because I can't say that I'm losing weight because I'm not losing weight right now. If anything, I'm gaining weight, but that's because I'm replacing the muscle I lost in my legs.
Yeah, that's what's going on, is that the weight isn't the sole indicator of fat loss or fat reduction, because technically you're not losing fat, you're dehydrating the fat cells. Another fun fact. So you never lose the fat. The fat cells just shrink and grow based on how much storage they're whether or not they're at capacity. All right. That's how this works. Any extra calories you eat will be stored as body fat. That's why it's calories in, calories out. I used to think, oh, no, healthy at any size. I used to believe a lot of the body positivity bullshit. Well, it's not true. It doesn't fucking work. If you just control your calories, eat good, clean macros, you will get results if you eat within your means. Otherwise, it's literally a budgeting issue. You're just spending too much.
Yeah, that's it. And so I don't know if I covered this with you, but I hurt my leg a little over a year and a half ago, and I tore up my knee and my hip, mostly my knee, and so just getting up and down from like a kneeling position was pretty bad. And so I did all the things, got it fixed, everything's great, but I didn't realize how quickly I could lose muscle mass because I never had before. I think it's because even when I was injured before, I would still be as active as I could possibly be, but with the knee and the hip at the same time, I was walking around like an 80-year-old dude. Like it was painful to just even think about how slow I moved and how decrepit I looked. I just thinking about it is like so bad. but that's what it was.
Yeah.
And so when you don't move, especially big muscle groups, they atrophy really quickly at my age anyway. So but my weight didn't actually change. Didn't change. I gained total weight, I gained maybe 20 pounds. I went from like 210 to 230 total weight. But I lost a lot of muscle and I gained way more fat.
Yep.
Right. Because that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trading that now. Now it's going back the other way. So I can't actually say that I'm losing weight yet. I'm pretty much at my same. I've lost like 3 pounds, but I'm gaining muscle mass back in my legs, which is where I need it. I got to have my hip muscles, and upper thighs. Um, those have to be rebuilt. So, and that takes time. Those are for
Yeah.
me, those are the hardest muscles to build. They just don't build quickly for me. Like I could,
Yeah, Myron talks about this in like his fitness stuff because I've got a whole program that I put together for how I do stuff, and he talks about that. Yeah, calves are very hard to build, a lot of leg muscles and stuff like that. There's certain things you have to do, and you're gonna have to do a lot of it to get results if you're gonna, if you're going to trigger hypertrophy and actually grow muscle, because your body, it's the reason why you lose it so quickly is because if you don't, when they say if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's why they say that, because your body's not going to maintain muscle mass that it doesn't need to. If it doesn't need it, it's going to get rid of it. And then if your calorie budget is too high, it's just going to be like, okay, well, we're just storing it. And then you're like you said, you didn't even notice it. And it stacked up quicker than you thought because you're getting that daily exchange and it all adds up. Same thing. Like I have an enlarged thyroid, so I have a slow metabolism when it comes to like, so I don't lose mass, let's say, luckily, but it also means that when I try to burn fat, it takes me way fucking longer. So I started out at like 250 plus pounds, and now I'm down to about 170 and maintaining about there. That was something that it took like almost 5 years now to get to that point. Right. Because of all those issues. But once again, it's understanding that base routine and principles.
Yeah. JC Garcia, you can absolutely come up. Just ask one of the mods. Probably Base Street Racer is your best bet, and he'll get you the link. You can come up and talk about it. But yeah, no, I look, I have never had any issue regaining muscle until now. Like now is like, and because I've never actually lost any muscle out of my legs, even when I twist an ankle, I'm still moving. I'm still doing stuff. I've never I've never been to the point where I was restricted from moving my legs in specific ways for just the PT itself was like, hey, don't do this. So I'd never this is my first experience with it. Pardon me. So I had not I'd not had any experience with it at all. In my arms, when I would hurt, like when I tore up my shoulders, even when I tore up my shoulders, I didn't lose that much muscle mass out of my arms, and I built arm muscle back fast. Like I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just built it back really fast. And so I would this is a new experience for me at 53, that's and my age doesn't help, right? Because that everything's slower.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for
I feel it too. I used to be able to heal and get a cut or something like that. Used to heal in less than a week. Now it takes a month.
Yeah.
It's amazing. 20 years will make a difference.
I still heal really fast. But I don't my body doesn't transition like it used to. Like I used to could, and I knew that, and I took advantage of this, man, where I could be kind of lazy in the winter and I'd put on a few pounds and then like 3-4 weeks in a gym and I'm tuned up, I'm ready to go. Not now, man. Not now. It's not going to work that way. I still think that way. So I've got to change the mind process as well.
Yeah, for me, I just got my macros on point and figured out what I was lacking in terms of like supplements, because you can see how fucking white I am. So I'm obviously like iron deficient, vitamin D deficient, and all that stuff was part of my issue. So had to get all that stuff on point, but it was getting the diet on point, getting a basic exercise routine on point, And that cleared up my mind, and now it works. Like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years now, and I've been able to do way more than I thought. I mean, I'm in better shape now than I was when I was at 25, and I'm 39 now.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I'll just be really honest about it. I've been really slow about it because I don't want to re-injure myself. The one thing that the orthopedist told me is that I've already got some deterioration in both my hips. Not terrible, but it's not great. And he's like, "Man, he's like, if you go too hard too fast, you risk needing a hip replacement." And I don't want that at all. So, um,
yeah, you definitely want to stay within what you physically can do. Like, for example, I was doing floor installation growing up. My dad was a master floor installer, so that goes really hard on the knees. He had to have knee surgery 3 times, twice on his right knee and once on his left knee. And every time he went through it, it was basically like what you're talking about, where you're having to get around on crutches, because every time a little piece of cartilage breaks off in there, because you're pounding and you're doing stairs, you have what's called a knee kicker, and you're literally just kicking the top of your knee at as much force as you can to get the carpet to slide back and hook on the little the tack strip that you have, right?
Yeah.
And you're just doing that as fast as possible. We were doing subcontracting work, so the more jobs we could do in a day, we weren't paid by the hour, we were paid by the contract. So we're going through this stuff fast as fuck, boy, right? And so
Right. Yeah,
my
absolutely.
dad,
I've seen those
by
guys.
the time he was like 35, he already had to have that knee surgery 3 times because he was doing too much. And even though the doctors were telling him, yo, if you keep doing this, probably not going to be able to be on your feet for too much longer, he just kept doing it, man. I don't know honestly what's going on with my dad. He kind of had his battles with alcohol, so I had to cut ties with him a couple of times, fortunately. But
Yeah.
is what it is, man. But like I said, the whole knee thing, I can understand that. I also know the atrophy thing from when I was a kid, and I jumped off a 10-foot balcony and fractured my right tibia. So I had a cast on for a few months, and when I got it
your
off,
legs
yeah,
are different sizes?
I had the big leg and then the small leg.
Yeah, I've never broken a bone. I still haven't. I haven't broken a bone. I've never had as what would be considered. I've had serious injuries, but I've never had to spend a night in a hospital. I've never had to have a surgery. I've never had any of that stuff. Just
Yeah, and that's fortunate. I've had a few things, but nothing that's actually put my life super at risk.
I'm really interested in potentially doing the stem cell treatments on my hips to see if they will help regrow some of the worn cartilage.
If they have it, yeah, I'm sure it does. I know stem cells do work. I know a lot about not a lot, but a decent amount about it. Like for instance, like the big myth about, oh, they're killing fetuses to get stem cells. No, guess what? Every time a baby's born, you can harvest the placenta for the stem cells and use those to help people.
Have you heard
they
about
normally throw it out as medical waste?
Yeah, have you heard about this program, the way they do it in Mexico, that it makes the most sense of anything I've ever heard? So they will never do it here. But this is amazingly great. So what they do is these stem cell centers. Now most of these women are, they're going to have. I mean, they are not particularly high income people, but not. I guess I wouldn't say they're all low income people either. And what these centers do is they say they pay for the entire birth process, right? All the hospitalization. In return, they harvest the stem cells from the placenta and the umbilical, and they save. Not only do they harvest some, they actually save some that's dedicated to her and her child, so that if her child ever needs it, it's there. They have that in storage for them, and and it's such a great deal for the moms, because again, as you said, it's generally it's looked at as medical waste. It's thrown away. It's not, they don't use it, and I think that it's I think here in the U.S. we do a lot of things right, but we can do some things that are just really stupid, and this actually makes a lot of sense. Like, it absolutely makes a lot of sense to do that. And so I have an acquaintance. I won't call him a friend. He's an acquaintance. There's this guy, and he was blown up, burned, shot, all of it, in the military, and can't say where. And so he has no legs below his upper thigh, so above the knee. So no, so he has half well below like a mid femur, or it's like a mid femur, or not it's not femur, tibia, the mid arm has been amputated, and he's got a prosthetic there, and he is literally, and he's burned. He literally, and this is why I know a lot about this, because the skin never really heals right. Because the skin never really heals right. Every night his skin cracks open and bleeds.
Yep.
And it's terrible, man. It's terrible. And the only thing that gets him through the pain of all of that is the stem cells. He says for him, it's like every 6 months or so, he has to go. He goes down to Mexico or Colombia, I forget which, and he gets a stem cell treatment, and that heals him enough to where the pain is down below a manageable level, to where he doesn't have to use any kind of narcotic. And you can't do that in the U.S.
Yeah, that was actually. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say hello to everyone.
I think you're echoing, Grid.
Am I echoing?
It might be me. Is it me?
Everyone sounds good on my end.
There was a JRE episode on stem cells in South America that really shed light on what stem cells can actually do, and how quick it is when it comes to like physical health. And it is strange. It is weird. That's all I'll say on that. I'm not too smart to like know how deep that goes, but there was a person, I don't know if it was it might have been Mel Gibson's father, who said that like he went straight to, I could be wrong, but I know it was a celebrity who said that like they went to, I think it was Venezuela, might have been Colombia, and they did stem cell whatever the procedure, whatever, and they got rid of it essentially in like a nine, I think it was 6 to 9 month time. And,
yeah, that was one of the stupid things I guess you could say the Republican Party did back in the day, right, when this stuff was going on, is they tried to use it as like an abortion issue thing, which once again, like that's why I brought up the actual science about it. So it's like it has nothing to do with the fetus itself. Like the umbilical cord, the placenta, all that stuff is immaterial for that. And these treatments, even if you're not scientifically aware, the one thing you should understand, stem cell treatments work.
Yeah,
up to, I believe, a 30% effectiveness, right? It's insane, right? When you actually understand, like in terms of like healing, recovery for, everything from bone, cartilage, tendons, like you name it, it works, because it's, once again, it's adaptive cells, or cells that just become the correct brand new cell they need to be, and therefore they can assume the proper role with the proper function. And this does have diminishing returns, like Grid's talking about. One gentleman has to get consistent treatments because of the severity of his injury. His body's constantly trying to have to re-heal. But this helps with that. right? It actually kind of makes me wonder, like, if it was possible for him and it wasn't so, discouraged, maybe if he got more of the treatment, maybe he would be able to heal permanently or at least get somewhat closer, right? That's what, of course, I'm immediately going to wonder about that. But that's what I said. The takeaway is the shit does work and you don't have to harvest babies to get it. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's the same thing with like nuclear technology. The reason why we don't have the reason why we have an energy crisis is because we won't make nuclear factories because we're scared of like this thing happening that no longer will happen, is no longer needed to make this, right? So it's the same thing because of all the fear mongering that took place for bad actor reasons. Now we're not able to get a valid technology that is extremely good for humanity because of reasons.
I can go in a tangent about nuclear, not only nuclear warfare, but the entire thing that led up to it. I am such a nerd when it comes to that. It's not even funny, but it's not even here nor there.
Well, I'm just talking about the use of the technology to produce electricity. It's literal steampunk. Right, so that's the thing. People want to talk about, like my own sister one time said, "Oh, wouldn't it be awesome if we could have steampunk?" Oh shit, Grid's getting that feedback again.
It's weird. I think it might be my cable.
It's bugged, boys.
I think it might be my cable. May be jacked.
The grid's bugged, man.
It's bugged, boys.
Grid's bugged, boys. Yeah.
Yo, Nick.
But yeah, nuclear warfare bad. Nuclear power plants good.
Have you seen the latest on the thorium salt reactors? That's pretty.
Yes. Yeah, and I
how small they are.
Fuck, you guys are using big words, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, like I said, the big thing with thorium is thorium's even better because it's so common and it's only radioactive for it's a couple thousand years or something like that instead of like 300,000 years. So but once again, like they just put the shit back in the earth now with the uranium and whatnot. They put it in glass, a steel tube, and they drill that shit on site down back into the earth. So there's no glowing barrels of nuclear waste or anything like that with the modern plants. They also are self-terminating reactions, so that way you don't get the situation that happened with fucking Chernobyl or whatever, where it fell into the shit and went nuclear for real.
Yeah, it literally did that. Like,
yeah, and look up if you want to know. Look up Chernobyl elephant's foot.
1, 2, 3.
That thing was just a massive glowing, like that thing is still radioactive to this day. But anyway, the point is that's like the worst case scenario. But that was due to hubris from the people running that factory and not actually updating it and not shutting it down. It was well past its service date. They had patched it together. They weren't running it correctly, and they thought it wouldn't fail.
Absolutely.
But that's an outlier case, right? That's not what most nuclear power plants, especially modern designs, because once again, even at the time, that was an outdated design. Even at the time, it was like outdated by 30 plus years, if I remember correctly. So, and they were still running that shit because they needed electricity, and it was working.
The thorium salt reactors are like super small, man. Like,
yeah, and the only real problem is just maintaining the salt mixture, right? That's the only real issue with them. And people are like, "Oh, that's so scary." No, it's not. Once you know the mixture, you just have to. It just requires constant monitoring. That's all.
They really realistically they can't melt down ever.
No, they'll never melt down. But I'm saying that in order to maintain the proper reaction, that was the original technological issue, was maintaining the correct salt mixture within the reactor in order to get to keep it to sustain the reaction. Otherwise, it would burn out basically. So that was fixed though. They ran one and it worked, but as soon as it came in, it worked, they shut it down.
Well, the big, as I understand it, the big problem people are having right now with the thorium salt reactors is that they're so safe that they're actually scared that people are going to put them next to like schools and shit. Which is I mean, why wouldn't you if it's that safe? I mean, literally, if it's safer than the gas station on the corner, why wouldn't you do that? Like, it's crazy. The thorium salt stuff's really interesting. I really like the idea of it. Of course, we have, I think we have 4 nuclear reactors here in Tennessee, or nuclear power plants.
Yeah. Nuclear works, man. And the thing is, these can be small and they can be safe. Technically speaking, I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to say it right here live on air. At some point, Elon Musk is going to switch over to powering his electric vehicles with quadcopters and nuclear reactors. I guarantee it.
Maybe.
He just needs the AI to get trained to work correctly, and we will have flying nuclear cars, gentlemen. It's probably not going to be in my lifetime, but, you know, realistically speaking, all the pieces are there. We're getting really close.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting stuff. So, how much of the roast did you catch, Viking? Not much.
I came in at the very end. It was right before you started playing the music.
Grid was on fire.
You were just commenting on something about a single mother or whatever, and I just gave the eyeballs because I'm just like, hey, what did I walk in on?
Yeah.
Grid came fucking rolling in and throwing elbows, man. Like,
it was just the stupidest thing. Is like, you know, it's these losers that just come out of the woodwork, and I wouldn't be so. Look, normally I don't care about the trolls. They can just sit there and run their mouths and whatever. But I tell you what happened the other night. I was, you know, so one of the things I do, because I'm retired, I don't have an actual job. I will just randomly at various points of the day, I'll go find an open panel, or I'll go find a debate, or I'll just randomly surf through channels, and I'll just sit there. I just sit there and listen. You know, I don't, you know, I'm not like chatting away. I'm not trying to be Mr. Big Shot or anything like that. And if I like it, if I really want to be part of it, I'll say, "Oh, hey, what's up?" You know, and then people like freak out. They're like, "Oh shit!" No, I'm just kidding. I made that shit up, but I was sitting in there and I was watching, and I knew a few of the people in there, but we're not friends or whatever. And I was just kind of sitting there, minding my own business, listening, mostly because it was kind of boring. And I'm like, how the fuck do people watch this shit? But maybe, all right, I mean, maybe I'm missing something, you know? And then they start in the chat, they're talking about putting this one girl up to call out a much, much larger streamer. And they were trying to figure out how to mount a press campaign that would make it look like that this other YouTuber was afraid of this, you know, this young girl with like 1,700 followers. Like, yeah. And I'm like, who would buy that first? And it was just, it's like the low. And then but the thing is, I recognized the names because they had been in here causing trouble. And actually we're on Glenn's channel causing trouble. And I was like, so this is what they do. They go to channels, they shit on the channel, and they stand back and try and farm the content off of it. Right. Yeah, they want to clip it. And then they do reaction videos, and they, you know, and I actually went and looked at their channels, and I was like, you guys suck. Like, this isn't even good. Like, if you're going to troll somebody, do a great job. And they all suck. So tonight, because of the debate that's going on, I believe it's still going on. Is it still going on?
Yeah. So I was told that they are possibly from the drama community.
They are 100%.
Bunch of atheist degens.
I mean, it's, you know, they follow the Thorpes. It's a community. Basically, it seems like it's Ben Thorpe, his daughter Grace, a couple of other degens, and then. And it seems like there's about 6 of them total. I could be wrong. I mean, it could be more, it could be less, whatever. It doesn't matter. And but the reality is they're just it. Honestly, if it were good trolling, if it was actual, like they actually found cool shit and was like, this is an expose on Mr. Beast because he, you know, whatever, you know, I admire. You remember that the work that guy put into the Mr. Beast steals from how he ripped off people for millions of dollars or whatever that stream was a few weeks ago. That's world class right there. But this is so low tier, man. Like,
it's gonna happen, Grid.
oh yeah, no, I know, I get that it's gonna happen, but if it's gonna happen, put some effort in it, you know?
See, that's the thing. If they put effort into it, they just like become friends and shoot the shit with you and roast you like a buddy. But that's the thing. That's too much effort. All they want to do, because I was hanging out with Donovan before, like I mentioned in chat, and earlier today, and he had some guys coming in calling him a simp, calling him an incel. Oh, you did this, you did that, stuff that he's talked about openly. Yeah, same type of personalities. Like I said, we dealt with guys from the Reddit over at Fresh and Fit. They were trying to get the Discord taken down so that way they could make their own, but they got the name banned on the platform anyway. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Once again, it's I actually nicknamed, I came up with a little funny term that a lot of people like, so maybe I'll share it here. I called it the Beta Boy Coalition, because weak men only form coalitions, they don't form alliances, and that's typically what you see. Like, if you look at a chimp troop, right? There's always the beta males off in the corner trying to give snacks and stuff like that to the women for sex when they're not fertile and they're, you know, and whatnot, so that way they can get it in and stuff. And all they do is like basically plot and scheme about the alpha male and occasionally like throw a rock or something at him when he's not looking. That's what these guys are. They're the male equivalent, or the human male equivalent of those little beta boy chimp coalitions that you see form within the group. It's just micro versus macro. We're the more complex version of the same bullshit.
That's true. That's all true. That's all true. And the interesting thing is how they attempt to ally themselves with like actual creators. Like one of the things that I noticed that Ben Thorpe is, and the Thorpes have been trying to do, is they want to debate on PWA's channel, or PWF, Playing with Fire. Yeah, Playing with Fire. They want to debate on his channel because apparently they feel like he's, you know, friendly to them or neutral or whatever. You know, whatever. You know, it makes him look bad, in my opinion. I would not allow the Thorpes to debate because they don't debate on my channel. So I would, I don't know, man. It's just, I just had enough. I had a bad enough day today. Like before I got in here, I had all the problems with the electronics. Before that, I thought my kid, I bought a motorcycle for my kid a while back. I had it outside the fence. I thought it got stolen. I called the cops. I had the cops here. Turns out my father-in-law, without telling anybody, moved it behind our shed in the lean-to. And my son had actually asked my mother-in-law, and she said she didn't know anything about it, but it was because my father-in-law just decided on his own, didn't tell anybody, nothing. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Because I don't speak Chinese and they don't speak English, so you know I have to rely on my son to translate. And he didn't talk to my father-in-law about it. But I was like, I literally was standing there with a cop talking about when I last saw it, why, you know, they had to been gone, and I'm sitting literally talking to the cop. You know, this thing's stolen, and my son comes running out of the house. It's not stolen. It's back in the behind the shed in the lean-to.
Well, what was the CC?
I'm sorry?
What was the CC?
Oh, it's a 130. It's a Benelli 135.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's a kid's bike. I'm a strong man for being in that situation. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I had to shake that cop's hand and be like, "Man, I'm sorry I wasted a bunch of your time." And he's like,
"Yeah, I could absolutely imagine what that was
My
like."
son was freaked out. He's like, "I'm gonna have to pay a fine for a false police report." I'm like, "Nah, dude, it's cool, man. It's cool." But he was like really freaked out. It was really funny.
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. I mean, it happens, I guess.
He was just trying to help, I think, right?
Yeah. No, he was freaked out about it because, of course, you know, he's 14, man. He's never had.
No, sorry, I meant your father-in-law or whatever.
Oh, my father, I have no idea. I haven't talked to him. I don't.
He
speak
probably
Chinese.
was just trying to help out somehow.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is he's always trying to help out, and I tell my wife, I'm like, please tell him to do nothing. This is my house. Don't do anything to my house. And I'm always walking through the house, and I'll see like a picture's been hung, or there's some little thing's been done. I'm like, I didn't do that.
Dude,
Pretty sure my wife didn't do that.
Why?
And then I'll ask my wife about it, and she'll be like, "Oh, I told him he could. It's a small thing. It's no big deal." I'm like, "My house."
It's the most annoying feeling, homie.
It is.
Why
most
is
annoying.
that? It's just insane. Like for me,
It's an old people. It's fops.
I'm 35. Yes, I'm 35, everyone. Even though I don't look it, sometimes that's what people tell me. But when something changes in my kitchen, when either my mom comes over or a friend comes over and they change something, I get very upset. Unbelievably, I'm like irate. Absolutely, I'm like, guys, just put everything where you found it. Don't put it anywhere else because I'm doing this and that and that and this. Also, Viking.
Yeah.
I'm a bald person as well. My brother. You already know.
It happens, man.
You already know.
Yeah, that's the other thing that those guys. That the only two things they can pick on me for is that I'm fat and I'm bald. I'm actually not bald. I still have hair.
Hey, way to go, man! Oh man, you got it. You still got it, homeboy. Look at you.
I just wear a hat all the time, man. I've worn a hat
too.
since I was like 10 years old, man.
Yo, Nick, you gotta now you gotta take the hat off.
I'm not taking my hat off, man.
All right, cool. I got it.
There's a lot of things that happen in life.
See, the thing is, it was meant to be, right? I've always liked my hair short, right? It's just always
Same.
been easier to manage. It's technically, with my fight training and stuff like that, it's not a leverage point then. So being bald actually helps in fighting. It's a small thing. It's not like a huge advantage, but once again, ain't nobody grabbing me by my hair and controlling me in a fight. And that's something that you can do. But if you don't have to do fighting, you don't really know that necessarily.
Yeah,
right? Or you don't really think about that. So for
got
me, always liking it short, always, although in like the 90s and shit like that, I did have a rat tail, I will say that. And it was about 2 feet long. I could wrap it twice around my head. So there's that. But that's, and I did grow it out down to my, past my shoulders at one point. And it was super curly and, blonde hair, blue eyed. I was, looking like Thor for real, Girls loved it. I always wanted to touch it, play with it, braid it, and all that stuff. But like I said, I preferred it short because it was just more manageable. Didn't really have to think about it, and I'm just a practical guy.
All right. Let me. May I ask you a question? Do you watch UFC?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Never mind. This doesn't apply. But
I was training with guys going into the UFC, right? With my fight instructor, but I didn't actually get into it myself.
I got into jiu-jitsu for a little bit, but I mean,
this is how bad people cannot listen sometimes.
Oh, so you're actually type 1 diabetic.
See,
no, Arthur Dye is like Arthur Dye
I've been since I was 6. Yeah, for real.
In the chat, Arthur Dye is like, your dad-in-law rides a motorcycle? No, he moved my
comment right here.
Motorcycle.
Hold on.
I was driving and I even heard that. Come on. Be better, Arthrodia.
Be better. That's the theme of the day. Theme of the day.
No, I don't even know if she was here.
She's here.
No, earlier though. I don't know if she was here.
My man caught me.
Why would I want to learn Chinese? I don't want to learn Chinese. Why would I do that? That seems...
Yeah, I'm going to add you.
Seems not as good.
Actually, that's actually one of the languages, because I'm going to start learning more languages soon. I'm going to start with Spanish, obviously. But then I was considering Mandarin Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese is hard.
Oh, yeah.
Chinese is hard because it's a tonal language. And basically what that means is that there are 5 tones. And the tone that you use determines the meaning of the word. And if you use the wrong tone, it can mean way different things. And I don't mean like plurals or something. I mean like the difference between man and laundry, right? Like, or whatever. Man and the number 5 or something. It's really funny. I mean, it's a very hard language, I think. But you'll probably you'll get it. Faith in you.
Like I said, I don't know if it's one I will learn, but it's one that I thought would be interesting to learn because of the difficulty. So same
Yeah.
thing with Japanese. Because I did used to watch a lot of anime, and I've always like, yeah, I'd like to really kind of understand it, because I can already pick up on some of it. And if I hear Japanese people talking, I can definitely tell it's Japanese. I can, especially if they say words I'm familiar with, but for the most part, it's just a different language way to think about stuff.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing. I think that I used to think that, and I, to some degree, I still do, that I think that Chinese is probably the most useful language to learn because a lot of business is done in China. It's just not as much as it was.
If I may interject, would you say Chinese over Spanish?
Yeah, to be honest with you, we're not doing much business with Spanish-speaking countries right now.
Oh, business. Okay, I can see where that comes from.
Okay. And really, to be honest with you, we're not doing that much with the Chinese, right now, compared to what we were 10 years ago, or 15 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
If you just look at what we're importing, the percentage of goods that we import 10 years ago versus today, it's totally
okay.
Yeah, the main reason why I wanted to learn Spanish first and foremost is just because my business is based out of Miami, right? So it's just like when you're down there, it helps. Like most people you can get along. Like even when I went to the laundromat when I was because the Airbnb didn't have a washer and dryer, and I stayed there for 2 weeks, so I had to wash my clothes at least once. Right? I go down, and nobody speaks any English down there, and I have to use a special machine and stuff like that. Had no problem though. Because the lady that didn't speak a lick of English, she just, showed me how to do it.
Yeah.
So once again, it's like not hard to communicate with people when you understand what you're trying to do, So that's not the issue. But I figured it would be better for me doing business down there if I could actually speak the, other common language. Just makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. So what? Man, what have you been up to biking other than helping other people?
Doing stuff with
my
wife, my son. I just took my son to a museum.
Pretty blessed. You're pretty
the other
blessed,
day. Bought him a shark tooth, stuff like that.
Pretty blessed, homie. Pretty blessed, homie.
Yeah. Like I said, I got a normal life. I actually got responsibilities and shit like that.
I don't have that.
But
I don't have that
yeah,
yet, but I'll get
like I
that
said,
one day.
that's what I do. I help out with people. I give people advice. I show up on. I do a little bit of what you do, like lurking around, going to different platforms. I was on CT's stream earlier. He's been having some issues with just YouTube, just like pulling the cord on him every once in a while. Happened a couple times. Yeah. We were on for about 5 hours. We were in the middle of it was kind of a debate or whatever. And I was on there with the space. That's why I had the spaceship all booted up and ready to go, because I just got done with that before. And I saw that you were still live after Fresh and Fit got done. They were interviewing a guy that was a survivor of a certain incident. And so I was just like, oh shit, well, why don't I pull up? But I got the spaceship loaded up, ready to go. Why not, pop in?
Yeah. Why not?
Way to go, homeboy.
Make a trip.
Dang, how many monitors do you have? Dang.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you got me beat. I got 3. All right, you win.
Plus, it looks
well,
like
I have a full studio.
So. Cheeks, come up here, dude. Get it. Come on up, man.
He's going to bed.
And I got an interview earlier too. I don't have it up right now, so I don't have the camera on.
This
but
kid is like okay. He's a.
This is what I do. This is my business.
Way to go, homeboy. Way to
go. I work with the best. I just helped out Donovan with his internet, and I worked with Fresh and Fit and Myron. I've worked on both their studios when they lived at the Panorama Tower in Miami. That their internet's terrible down there, so I hooked them up with some hardware that fixed that shit.
I've only seen their stream, the first time when they had Andrew on like last week, I think. I've never watched their stream before. But I've watched whatever for like a year at least. And
Yeah.
that's how I know about them. They linked me to them, and yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Brian for doing what Myron always challenges motherfuckers to do. Like, if you think you can do this or do it better, just fucking put it together and do it.
And he
don't be a bitch about it.
did, and he
I love how Brian. some dude called up the other night, or no, he sent a chat in, maybe, I don't know. It was, and he's like, Brian, you should have more dudes on or something. And Brian's like, I tell you what, you go, start up a podcast, turn it into one of the most, popular podcast outgoing right now, and spend every day worrying about it, deal with all of these flakes, deal with all the nonsense I got to deal with. And then, then we'll talk to you about coming on whatever podcast.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Well, and see, with those same type of guys that we were talking about before that come in like trying to start beef, we had guys trying to come to Fresh and Fit and start beef. Like, oh, aren't you guys mad that he ripped off Fresh and Fit? Just like, no. That's competition. That's good. We don't care unless he's like talking mad shit, and we can't ignore that shit anymore if he starts spreading misinformation. See, if you notice, like every time that Myron Fresh has like spoken out about certain people, it's typically when they're saying shit that's demonstrably not true to try to actually get them in trouble with even the law and stuff. That's when they have to actually say something about it. Otherwise, it's just like, no, they can talk their shit. Stay over there.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Brian is he openly admits that he's aware, doesn't have a problem with talking. And as a matter of fact, he used to want to collaborate. He was always like, it'd be cool to have those guys on.
Yeah.
Now I think he's kind of given up on it. But
yeah, because he umbrellaed them at this point.
Well, that's the thing, is that we got Myron's talked about this openly on a lot of respect to him, because once again, he didn't play it like a little bitch. Right? There's no simpler way to put it, right? He did the work. He understands the struggle, and he even had Andrew on, and Andrew like went in on the chick that was going after Fresh disingenuously, trying to hold a dead baby over his head. That wasn't even his.
Daisy.
Yeah. I forgot her
Daisy.
name, but she's literally trying to hold a dead baby over his head that wasn't even his. The woman's a fucking monster, and Andrew and them, through the whatever podcast, called that shit out. So kudos once again, and that's why Fresh and Fit are like, hell yeah, we'll definitely collab with them now, right? So I don't know what might come in the future, but I do know that did open up the floodgates. Like, oh yeah, shit, there's a bridge now. Thanks to Andrew Wilson, W. Andrew, once again. And W, like I said, Brian, whatever, for not being pussy-ass bitches, actually standing on business and just keeping their head down and doing the work. They might be in running the same highway, but they're staying in their lane, and they're not trying to cause beef to get, to do the clout jacking thing. Oh, we need to talk about, we disagree on this, we disagree on that. That's fucking bullshit. It's a waste of goddamn time and mental bandwidth.
He literally did say,
it's really interesting that, as near as I can tell, Brian's very caged about what he personally believes. And
well, he knows that everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
Right. And so he's really good at it. And I found that a lot of people seem to, the disagreements that people generally have with Brian is that, well, he says this or he says that or whatever, but they actually haven't heard him actually say those things. They just assume that is his position.
Yep, 100%.
And Beaten Cheeks, you need to get your ass up on this panel, boy.
What's popping? Beaten Cheeks, where you at?
I used the command version of boy on that one.
Boy.
So there's no so that we're clear
So
You can sleep later.
funny dad side story.
You can sleep later. Come on.
Little funny dad side story there. So I don't know if you're familiar with the God of War game where they had Kratos have a kid, right? And he's always calling, boy. Dude, I lost my shit when I first saw the promo for that because my son was like 3 years old at the time or whatever, and 3, 4, and that's what I just like my dad did. I'd just be anytime like he needs to do something, he's not thinking right, focusing right. Boy, get over here. It's just like I about lost my shit because Kratos like calling him boy and teaching him how to hunt, and I'm just like, oh shit, they did a really good job on this fucking game.
Yeah, that's it. I see Angry Casper's out there too. We can't have him up on Angry Casper up here. He'll spurg out on us. He'll,
even more than me.
Case. Huh? More than you? I confirmed a nerd. That's funny.
Yes, I am the muscly of most muscle-bound nerds.
Nerd out.
I mean, look at the studio I'm in. I literally got a solar, like a galaxy star system thing on my wall behind me right now. You want to? What did you need more evidence?
I have fencing sabers.
I got a bass guitar.
I have less stuffs.
Remember when I was on Fresh and Fit on the couch for Money Mondays, just chilling?
Yeah.
I gifted Myron a first edition polymerization from Yu-Gi-Oh. That's worth $600.
That's cool. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
Nah,
it's just a valuable kid trading card game card.
I got you right now.
Like an OG card for a first edition. It's back in the day. So. And when I went back a second time, I gifted all the rest of the staff their own Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well, all monster cards, so Myron can fuse them all. Yeah, I'm a nerd.
Okay, let's talk Yu-Gi-Oh. You want it? You want it?
I collect the Pokemon cards for my daughter.
Nice. Yeah, I never did got into Pokemon myself. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic the Gathering judge.
No, it's all good.
I used to judge regional tournaments in like 4 different states.
It's all good.
Crazy. Yeah, I never got into the Magic or anything, any cards or anything like that. But
I don't know anything about it.
You guys remember? You guys remember Pogs? Are you guys old enough for
that?
No.
Special deck.
I'm too old to remember that.
You don't remember Pogs? Nobody?
Oh no, we remember.
This is,
okay.
Did you play an Invasion of Chaos?
You know you want that.
Are you familiar with this card?
I never thought I'd see on my channel.
Yep, we're taking over Grid. You want to know? You want to know how much we're going to spurg out? This is how much I'm going to spurg out right now. First edition Yatagarasu. This is a submission card. Basically, it makes people have to forfeit. They hate it. It's literally banned now.
We're changing his stream. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it anymore.
We derailed. We derailed. I don't know what you expected. I know you expected better from us, Grid, but we got disappointed.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're dealing with the technical difficulties.
I'm just chilled out now. Everything's cool. I thought I'd get another round of Pokebait come through here. The Spurg monsters that I want to try and troll, but
that's the first edition with the alternate art, correct?
Absolutely.
I don't know what you got.
I'm a nerd.
If I'm not mistaken, that one's worth quite a lot of money, so take good care of that one, sir.
Yep, got a sleeve on it.
Yeah, I used to have a first edition Exodia, but I sold that shit back in the day for like $100. I think it's worth like $1,000 now.
I think mine is worth like 2.5, but I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
The blue eyes.
1.9.
Yeah, the blue eyes is quite valuable, but yeah. If you can find somebody that actually wants to buy a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That's the catch-22.
I don't care about that, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, that was weird. I'm sorry. But I got a better one. I'll find it eventually.
Oh shit.
While you guys are looking, I've noticed that Arthur Dye has been going out of her way to comment on my streams, which is great because it's that helps the algorithm. I have to actually learn more about what to do about the algorithm because I'm really kind of like, I don't know.
You and Arthur die, man. It makes me laugh. You guys. Funny.
Yeah, I'm reading Angel Barber's comment about family played competitively for years. Yeah, that was how I got into it at like age 14, just playing with my family, going to the game store. And I was so good at the game, and I was always helping people out. Once again, Viking helping people out. I was literally teaching people how to beat me because I wanted to win on merit, not on technicality, right? So I'd call people's mistakes out and let them take the moves back and play it right, so that they could actually try and beat me. I'd still beat them every time anyway. I was that fucking good, you know? So, but the thing is that the store owner noted that and ended up basically putting me in charge of the tournament. So I ended up getting more cards for free and getting free food while I was just working, right? While I was judging Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. I'm just like, I can retire, and now I'm just like the go-to guy, right? And he's just like, I want you at every fucking tournament that I can. So it was a nice way to network and socialize. Once again, proving a lot of shit that, the quote manosphere talks about networking.
All right.
So
I'm going to break in again here. Arthur Daya Cat has been up to a lot of mischief lately, making friends and enemies left and right. It's been quite interesting to watch. And I actually I've not been able to catch her to try and figure out what is going on with the cat that we're getting all of this, like these weird reports of her, starting crap with people. And
well, I mean, I still haven't heard the full story because
cool in my book. I like
yeah, Cat's cool, but did you ever ask her sometime about her getting banned off of Donovan Sharp's channel, and now they've done collabs?
I've been trying to figure that out. I was supposed to go on there. I've been busy. He had problems with something, and I was like, I'll get on there one day.
See, Cat made the mistake of piping up in chat when Donovan was set off by some trolls. And most people that watch Donovan know you don't even try to help when he's on a roll because you're just going to get steamrolled. And that's basically what happened, is that she tried to say some shit on his side, but it wasn't clear enough that she was on his side, if I remember correctly. And he's just like, nope, you're out of here.
All right.
But I guess you must have been able to get a hold of him on the side and patch things up. So
yeah, well, she was.
I haven't heard the whole story, but I was laughing about it when it happened. I'm just like, oh yeah, I can see where this is going. It's happened before. Like, there's a lot of girls come into Donovan's channel, and even guys, and they find out like, yo, sometimes you just don't need to say anything.
Yeah. Well, I still need to go on that guy. I need to have him on my channel is what I need to do. I just haven't had time, man. We've texted back and forth like a half a dozen times. Like, I'm busy, you're busy, we're all busy.
Yep.
We'll get there.
Yeah, well, he runs multiple businesses and stuff like that. So
yeah, I've been there. I get that part.
May I hold my coolest possession?
Yeah, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I
don't know anything about Pokemon.
Original
Really,
1995.
Night, so
first
I turned into a pumpkin.
Dragon Knight.
Oh
this
shit.
Is 1995. It is 24 years old at this point.
Oh damn! I bet that one's worth a pretty penny.
Nah, not with the condition. Not with the condition.
Oh, the condition's too bad. I can barely. Okay, now I'm kind of seeing.
Yeah. The condition's bad, but it is at its core. 4K. I have another one. Slow bro. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Heck yeah, dude. I've had these cards for years. I have a Gengar too. Yeah.
Yeah, and fun little side fact about the family thing with the trading cards is that it is a good way to get your kids actually to understand math better, or at least basic math, not advanced math, but for younger kids, it's a good way to get them onto math and make them actually appreciate it.
Yeah, I have to math. I mean, coming from a person like you, like this,
Yep.
You have to math a lot. More so than other people. So like yeah, absolutely. I actually never learned how the game worked. It was always trading to me. But Yu-Gi-Oh was easy, like because it wasn't.
Well,
that
Yu-Gi-Oh was
difficult.
easy as long as you weren't one of those kids trying to follow the show as the rules, because the show wasn't the same as the card game.
Yeah,
that was the main reason why I started helping people.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like, no,
absolutely.
Swords Revealing Light does not work like that. No, Catapult Turtle does not let you launch. No, it does not let you do that.
You were unbelievably correct.
Oh yeah, like I said, I was there, man. I was the one trying to educate people. Like I said, that's why I did what I did and got to work with a lot of cool people that way.
That was awesome. That was
Guys,
awesome.
we have about I don't know 10, 12 minutes left here. You guys want to give
now the chat appears? What the fuck?
Those are the only
chat
cards
finally loaded on the fucking app. Okay, cool. It just
These are the only cards I collected when I was younger.
Oh, which
I have one.
What is that?
The Spider-Man 95s.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
I have quite a bit of those. I have almost the full set. I'm missing a bunch of the hollows and a couple of the other of the special ones. But yeah, I have the whole series almost still in good condition. Yes, sir.
Fucking Ghost
You guys
Rider.
want to do some final words as we close out in the next 10 minutes?
I think Grid, you were a pioneer. I think you're a great man. I think you're a pioneer.
I'm a pioneer. I don't know that I'm a pioneer.
Nah, you got some good ideas, man.
All right. We'll go with that. I'll take it. Thank you. I appreciate that, JC Garcia. It was, glad to have you on the show tonight. It's been chill. Normally I do the chill stream on Saturday night, but maybe we'll do 2 chill streams this week. We'll see.
Hey.
What about you, Nick? You didn't even say much tonight. That's unusual. You jump right in there, swinging.
Yeah, I was in there a bit. I was enjoying listening to. Well, I wasn't going to even try to jump in on that stem cell stuff. So
yeah, well, we got a little cerebral there for a little while.
But yeah, no, it's just good to jump up on panel and chat with you guys and listen to you guys and. Type 1, it's good to see you, bro. And Viking.
Yep, good to see
I
you
was
guys.
Viking for a while on a panel on a panel, so yeah.
I've seen him working the past few days, and I was wondering where he'd been, and I guess Glenn, I think, had told me that that you were like you had moved houses or changing something or. I don't know, something. He had
that was Donovan had moved houses, and I was helping him with his new internet.
I can't believe my name was Type 1. That is hilarious. I really can't believe that. I'm like, yo, he said Type 1. I'm like, wait, huh?
That's funny.
Yeah, that's why I looked at your name and I'm like, oh, you're actually Type 1. Like, how did you think I knew? Like, it was in your name.
Well, that's much.
I'm just psychic. I'm Xavier. I'm Professor X over here. I'm reading your mind.
Freaking hilarious, dude. Nah, bro, what? I just looked at my name and I was just like, it says Type 1.
Bro, totally failed on the name. Fucking took an L there.
Yeah.
Oh, good,
Nick, you've been doing well, buddy. You're all right. You've been good.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, no, life is pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Good. Type 1. Yo,
yeah, I mean the economy sucks and everything's expensive.
Well, you're in Canada, right?
Oh shit! My condolences.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is. I hope it gets better for you, man. Hope it does.
Yeah. I think if we can get some conservatives back into the government, which is slated to happen here probably pretty quick, maybe even close to your guys' election, because they're trying to call an election, right? So for no confidence for the liberals. So
well, Canadian people are nice. They're not stupid, and push has come to shove, and people are just taking way too much advantage of people's kindness. So
Let's
they're about to find out. You know what happens.
let's remember that the reason we have war crimes is because of the Canadians.
Yeah, World War II, we were pretty ruthless.
They would literally put tins of food out to lure starving soldiers in to kill them.
Yeah, we didn't. I think we didn't take prisoners as well.
No prisoners. Nope, no prisoners.
And then the Germans were super afraid of our native people because they'd never seen anything like them before, and they would like scalp the Germans and shit. It's crazy. I'm sure you guys had native peoples out there before, but you got to remember that the Canadians were in the war a little bit longer, right? I think they went in 1939, right? So.
Yeah, the Canadians are the reason that there are war crimes. There are defined war crimes. Just never forget that. Every time you hear that friendly remember.
Yeah, just remember there's some aggression behind that when you hear that.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, no, I watched a few Americans on YouTube reacting to Canadians in World War II and World War I and Korea and shit as well as and it's pretty funny. They're just like blown away. Like they had no clue, right? Because they're not taught anything. They're not taught any of that.
Yeah, you know, it is funny. It's so funny that nobody knows that. Like I say that all the time. I'm like, yeah, you know, Canada is the reason why we have defined war crimes. That like literally they're the evolution of the word war crimes. And
yeah, so this one guy, he was reacting to a story that I didn't even know about, and a Canadian company went into the village, and I guess some of the civilians there were forced to be snipers, so they killed the commander of the division or whatever that went in there, and in return, the Canadians burnt down the whole village.
That's right. Yeah.
So
yeah. Again, we wouldn't have defined war crimes if it weren't for the Canadians. And nobody's taught that. Everybody thinks, that's somebody else. I'm like, no, it's those nice guys to the north.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time. Like, you don't. Oh, Canadians are too nice. Like. No, they're nice people. They're not stupid. Like a lot of people think they're nice to a stupidity level, right? It's just like no. Well, they just believe in fucking manners.
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, I digress on that. But I actually somebody gave a critique, and I'm glad that they did because this gives me a reason to actually talk about it. So, dude, if you minus the ego and posters of myself and stuff like that. The posters that I have up here are all for a reason. It's not to glorify myself. The poster from Oslo, that's a reproduction of a like 1920s, 1930s travel poster for Norway. Then the one where I'm sitting on the hill, that one is an Indian burial site that my grandfather helped excavate and restore, and after I lost weight, we went and visited it. My girl took a picture of me, so I put my company, slogan and tagline and name on the top of it, and got a poster of it and put it on my wall as a basically remembering of one of my accomplishments that and one of my ancestors' accomplishments, right? And then the one of me GTA style is an homage to the Vice City, Miami. That's actually a cartooned version. Take a picture taken by my videographer friend that works for Fresh and Fit as well as other people down in Miami. And he worked for me when I went to the CME with Donovan Sharp, and he took that picture of me down at the waterfront and then made the GTA version of it. And I made a poster out of it. Now, the anime thing, too, I'm sure plenty of people in the Red Pill would criticize me for that as well. People call me One Punch Man because as much as Are We Not Men hates it, when I was a young man, my father trained me to break 2x4s with my bare hands with the philosophy, if you can break a 2x4, you can break a jaw. Okay? So he taught me Taekwondo and taught me how to break things with my bare hands, and I learned how to do it very efficiently and proficiently, right? So people started calling, one of the guys in the Fresh and Fit community started calling me like, yo, you're Saitama, you're One Punch Man, you're bald, and you punch things with one punch. So so when I was at TwitchCon, I was at a booth and that guy had it, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I need a souvenir. I'm going to buy it. So thank you for bringing it up, because yes, I do have a very massive fucking ego. I'm a real life fucking Viking. And yeah, I build studios that glorify me to show my customers that I can do this for you as well. Because if you're going to do this platform, you're going to do this sort of content, you're going to be a brand of yourself, and you need to learn how to represent that. Now, you might think that that's too much of an ego. Cool. I appreciate your feedback, but understand, I really don't care. My ego is huge based on merit, not on stupidity or delusion. I've been around the block. I've done a lot of shit, and I like to show off.
Well, I was going to ask you for your final thoughts, but it sounds like we got them. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah, and I'll do one even worse. I'll add insult to injury. I'll give myself a Don DeMarco.
I wonder if this is going to sing.
How many troops? How many standing troops do the Americans actually have? Do you guys think?
I have no idea, and I don't think anybody actually knows.
Like, would you say like 500,000?
Yeah, total probably.
Like fighting troops.
Yeah, probably total.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the number is. I know it's gone down pretty significantly, though.
Yeah. We don't need that many anymore. We've gotten really efficient. And
everybody's best troops are probably in NATO countries right now. Like your best fighting forces for the most part are probably in Poland. Like, I know all the Canadian troops that are actually fighting troops are probably in Poland. Not sure exactly where they are, but
well, I wouldn't be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not exactly my wheelhouse. I know a few military guys that can probably speak on it better, but
all right, guys, I'm gonna knock off. It's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna send you guys over to Rob Noor. He's funny. He's awesome. He's a cool dude. For everyone that showed up tonight, I really appreciate it. For everyone that stuck around past the roast portion of it, yeah, it's pretty cool. And you guys have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you tomorrow night. It will be a different stream, and hopefully we'll have a really great time. And yeah, you guys have a great rest of your evening.
Thank
and
you so
enjoy
much, Greg.
Rob Noor. Good night, guys.
Thank you so much, Greg.
Get off
You're
my
awesome.
lawn.
See you guys later.